Reverend Barbara Hutchinson, who gladly serves St. Andrew's Episcopal Church here in Shippensburg, and we are in Grace Place Gardens, and this is...
I am Jessica Larkin. I am the gardening coordinator and also the community missioner.
And we are so happy to be at Grace Place and being able to tell you a little bit about it. You probably know something because we talk about it all of the time because it's just the coolest thing ever.
It is magical.
It is magical. And so just to give you a brief history, this started actually 4 years ago as a Shape by Faith project, and we were charged to go around our neighborhood and see what God was already doing. And what we decided or discerned was that God was at work building the foundation of a number of different organizations that wanted to provide help and care for the people who live in the neighborhood. So we had our homeless shelter, CARES Community CARES Homeless Shelter, and SCRC out of the social work department at Shippensburg. We had at that time the Episcopal Square across the street. So we saw a bunch of people wanting to do things, but we also saw a lot of need.
Lots of need. Yeah.
And a food pantry had just closed, and so people were wondering, what do we want to do, what can we do? And so we began this community garden and started with like 20 raised beds, and it's become so much more than that. And so Jessica, tell us a little bit about what it is now.
Yeah, so right now you can see, I don't know if you can behind us, we have an after school program called Think Take, and today the kids are making fried chicken, which is led by them, which is absolutely fantastic. And so the garden has really become a place where the community and really people who become our family members come together, not only to harvest, but to share a meal, to cook, to have conversation, to tell stories, and really our lives have become knitted together, which is, I think, the biggest godsend in the whole entire world.
It is. I mean, we are seeing emerge in front of us the beloved community.
Yes.
And what we've learned is we've shifted our question from what is God already doing to what wants to happen here. What does God want to have happen here? How can God use us here? But more importantly, how can God use our neighbors and us together? And that's a huge shift when suddenly it's, I mean, we never really thought of it, oh, here we have this and we're going to give this to you.
No.
But we had no idea that when we wanted to bring the neighborhood to wholeness and healing and hope, that involved us as well. That actually we needed to be healed and we needed to have hope in our hearts. And when we see it emerge in our neighborhood, it's just the most wonderful thing. So we are also seeing the energy here at Grace Place, which is not just St. Andrew's at all. It is usually more than the people from St. Andrews. It's generally more people from the neighborhood who come together to make and serve breakfast every Tuesday. And then also here at Think Tank on every Tuesday as well. But most importantly, it's a place of beauty. It's a place of rest and spiritual restoration, and it's a place of gathering. And I think one of the things that we've learned is the capacity to listen and to discern.
I think that is huge, and I think that's been a practice that we've involved in many of, like, how do we sit and listen to one another, how when we come together do we make that incredible discernment that guides us, and listening to the Holy Spirit in it.
Well, it's a really good example. So we got a grant from the Partnership for Better Health to offer a program called A Seat Around the Table Just for You. And the idea was that we would identify maybe 10 people who would plan a meal, shop, come together, cook, and share a meal, and it would be the same group once a month. Well, you know, that doesn't really work with a lot of people's lives.
No, it doesn't.
You know, we think it might, but that's once again kind of our perspective being brought in. And luckily, the neighborhood always corrects us.
Yes.
And so right now we made fried chicken because there's a new family that moved in next to us who comes to us from Haiti. And the young girl said, hey, Jessica said, hey, what do you want to cook? And she said fried chicken. And so we got a recipe, and many people have been here enjoying it this afternoon. So it's a wonderful adventure of learning and discerning and listening to the people to raise them up into what brings them to a place of wholeness. And what we find is often when people move into the neighborhood, they want to provide a meal for their neighbors.
Yes, they do.
Like, that's so cool.
It's amazing.
It really is.
It also makes perfect sense, right? When we come together, we make a meal, we share it, then instantly we feel more connected and we feel like family.
We
Yes.
are. We are. So we're so grateful that we had a chance to share our story a little bit. We hope you'll come and visit with us. I hope you'll come and be a part of our family. But above all else, it's just really good to know that God is working and we are listening, and God is to be praised. It's a very special place where people walk into the garden and are transformed.
We can feel it.
Yes, we can. Alrighty, thank you. Bye-bye.